Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces that there will be a museum for all former Prime Ministers of the country. Says a coterie of people created adverse images of greats like Dr. Ambedkar and Sardar Patel and created labels, narratives and titles for our former PMs. Releases a book on former Prime Minister Chandra Shekhar. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approves creation of buffer stock of 40 lakh metric tons of sugar for a period of 1 year. Official amendments to Aadhaar and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2019 gets Cabinet nod. Merger of National Institute of Miners Health with ICMR, National Institute of Occupational Health, also approved. Rajya Sabha passes Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2019, while Lok Sabha clears Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019. Home Minister Amit Shah says amendments to UAPA will keep anti-terror agencies steps ahead of terrorists. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh tells Lok Sabha that there is no question of third-party mediation on Kashmir issue. Says Kashmir issue is a matter of national pride. Heavy rains slash Mumbai as city grapples to keep its pace. Rain subsides in Kerala. Red alert withdrawn from all districts. Focus shifts to relief and rehabilitation in Assam and Bihar after heavy rains wreaked havoc. And in sports, Indian shuttlers PV Sindhu, HS Pranoy and pair of S. Ranika Reddy and Chirag Shetty advanced to second round of Japan Open Badminton Championship. Kidambi Srikanth's poor form continues as he crushes out of the tournament. Good evening and welcome to this bulletin. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today released a book on former Prime Minister Chandra Shekhar in New Delhi. He announced a museum for all former Prime Ministers of India and invited their families to share aspects of their lives. While releasing the book, he said that there is a coterie of people who have created adverse images of greats like Dr. Ambedkar and Sardar Patel. The same coterie destroyed the image of Morarji Bhai.
राजनीति के परिदृश्य में जीवन व्यतीत करने के विदाई के बाद 2 साल के बाद भी शायद जीवित रहना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। लोग भी भूल जाते हैं, साथी भी भूल जाते हैं और शायद इतिहास के किन्हीं कोने में ऐसे व्यक्तित्व खो जाते हैं। इस बात को हमें दर्ज करना होगा कि उनकी विदाई के करीब 12 साल बाद आज भी चंद्रशेखर जी हमारे बीच में उसी रूप में जीवित हैं।
The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, CCEA, has approved creation of buffer stock of 40 lakh metric tons of sugar for 1 year from the 1st of next month. Briefing reporters after the Cabinet meeting in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said the decision will lead to improvement in liquidity in sugar inventories and stabilization in sugar prices. He said this will also benefit all sugarcane producing states by way of clearing sugarcane price arrears of sugar mills.
पिछले साल 30 लाख टन इतने शक्कर का बफर स्टॉक किया था और किसान को बहुत लाभ हुआ था। इस बार 40 लाख टन ये करेंगे बफर स्टॉक, जिस बफर स्टॉक के आधार पर बैंक मिल को कर्जा देती है और कर्जे का ब्याज, रखरखाव का खर्चा और बीमा का खर्चा सरकार उठाती है। और एक कंडीशन उसकी होती है कि बैंक से जो पैसा आएगा सीधा किसान के खाते में जाएगा।
CCA also approved the determination of fair and remunerative price of sugarcane payable by sugar mills for 2019-20 sugar season at 275 rupees per quintal for basic recovery rate of 10%. Javadekar said this will ensure guaranteed price to cane growers. Fair and remunerative price of sugarcane is determined under Sugarcane Control Order 1966. This will be uniformly applicable all over the country.
मोदी सरकार ने लागत मूल्य अधिक 50% ये दाम देने का फैसला किया, ऐतिहासिक, उसका स्वागत हुआ। अनेक फसलों का 24 फसलों का लगभग अब लाभकारी मूल्य किसान को मिलने लगा और इसीलिए कमीशन ऑन एग्रीकल्चर कॉस्ट एंड प्राइस CACP जो है वो भी उसी तरह से मूल्यांकन करते अपनी सिफारिश करती है और पिछले साल की तरह 275 रुपए क्विंटल का भाव दाम ये गन्ना किसानों को मिलेगा।
The Union Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, also approved a proposal to allow distribution of state subsidies using Aadhaar.
आज 128 करोड़ लगभग आधार कार्ड हुए हैं और इसलिए आधार कार्ड का उपयोग स्टेट सब्सिडी बांटने के लिए भी होगा, तो फर्जीवाड़ा नहीं होगा और अनुचित लाभकारी को लाभ नहीं मिलेगा और जो सही लाभार्थी है उसको ही लाभ मिलेगा।
The Lok Sabha today passed Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill. The lower house passed the bill after Congress staged a walkout opposing the bill. Earlier, speaking on the bill, Home Minister Amit Shah said that it was essential to keep law enforcement agencies steps ahead of terrorists. Shah asserted that anti-terror laws would not be misused and it would only be used to root out terrorism. He also said that provision in UAPA Amendment Bill to designate a person suspected to have terror links as terrorist is necessary to root out terror.
आतंकवाद को मूल समेत उखाड़ने के लिए कानून के प्रावधानों की जरूरत है, मगर चूंकि ये बात श्रीमान मनीष तिवारी ने कही है, मैं कहना चाहता हूं सभापति महोदय, ये कानून कौन लेकर आया? ये कानून के अंदर तो मैं तो थोड़ा अमेंडमेंट लेकर आया हूं, 2-3 सुधार लेकर आया हूं। ये कानून लेकर कौन आया? ये कानून के अंदर टेररिज्म की व्याख्या किसने ऐड करी? ये कानून को कठोर कौन करता गया? आप जब हम यहां पर बैठे हैं, आप कहते हो कि कानून कठोर नहीं होने चाहिए। हम तो वहां पर भी बैठे थे, तब कहते थे कानून कठोर होने चाहिए और टेररिज्म के खिलाफ। यहां पर बैठे हैं तब भी कहते हैं कि कानून कठोर होने चाहिए टेररिज्म के खिलाफ।
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today asserted that there is no question of third-party mediation on Kashmir. Speaking in Lok Sabha, Rajnath Singh said that the issue of Kashmir is a matter of national pride for India. The Defence Minister added that External Affairs Minister Chandra Shekhar's statement in the Parliament is the most authentic one on the issue. He said that the issue of Kashmir did not figure during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with US President Donald Trump in Osaka, Japan last month.
हमारे विदेश मंत्री श्री जयशंकर प्रसाद जी ने स्टेटमेंट देते समय यह पूरी तरह से अध्यक्ष महोदय स्पष्ट कर दिया, कहा कि कश्मीर के मुद्दे पर राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप के साथ कोई बातचीत नहीं हुई है। मैं समझता हूं कि इससे ऑथेंटिक स्टेटमेंट और किसी दूसरे का नहीं हो सकता। इसलिए मैं सर्वाधिक ऑथेंटिक स्टेटमेंट से जयशंकर प्रसाद जी का मानता हूं, क्योंकि जिस समय मोदी जी और मिस्टर ट्रंप के बीच बातचीत हो रही थी तो स्वयं हमारे विदेश मंत्री श्री जयशंकर प्रसाद जी उसमें मौजूद थे। मैं यह भी स्पष्ट कर देना चाहता हूं, पाकिस्तान के साथ यदि बात होगी केवल कश्मीर पर बात नहीं होगी, पाक अधिकृत जम्मू कश्मीर पर भी बात होगी।
Union Minister of State for Home Affairs G. Kishan Reddy today said that there has been noticeable decrease in incidents of communal riots in the past 5 years. Replying to a question in Rajya Sabha on riots, the minister said in 2012 the country had witnessed 823 communal riots, but in 2018 the number came down to 708.
From available data, it can be seen that there is no common pattern of mob lynching in the country. CPM सरकार की त्रिपुरा में भी मॉब लिंचिंग हुआ। वेस्ट बंगाल में टीएमसी का पार्टी सरकार है, उधर भी मॉब लिंचिंग हुआ है। केरला है, केरला में भी मॉब लिंचिंग हुआ है। ये कोई पार्टी का संबंध नहीं है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी सरकार को, इंडिया सरकार को संबंध नहीं है। अलग अलग जगह, अलग अलग समय पर ये मॉब लिंचिंग होता है। हमारा सरकार ये मानते हैं मॉब लिंचिंग किधर भी हो, कैसा भी हो, कौन सा फॉर्म में हो, उसको आज पर लॉ एक्शन लेने का हम एडवाइजरी समय समय पर पूरे प्रांत सरकारों को हम देते रहेंगे।
Moving on, India improved its ranking in the Global Innovation Index by 5 places to 52nd in 2019 from 57th position. That's last year. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal released the Global Innovation Index rankings in the capital. The rankings are published annually by Cornell University, INSEAD and UN World Intellectual Property Organization and the Knowledge Partners. Now in its 12th edition, the ranks 129 economies based on 80 indicators ranging from intellectual property, filing rates to the mobile application creation, education spending and scientific and technical publications. While addressing the gathering, Piyush Goyal said that it has been made possible due to Prime Minister Modi's continuous efforts.
Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi recognizes this very well, and it is only his continuous effort that has helped India make this transition from the 81st rank to the 52nd rank in a short period of 4 years. Probably, as was said by Mr. Prasad, the fastest ever jump in rankings that we've seen in long many years.
IMD has predicted heavy rainfall in Mumbai for the coming 2 days. Parts of Mumbai and Thane witnessed intermittent showers with isolated falls last night. My colleague Shama Mishra took stock of the ground situation in Mumbai.
Mumbai today woke up to continuous and heavy downpour, leaving waterlogging in many areas. Right now we can say that the Western Railway is running on time, but Central Railway is affected and running with some delays caused due to waterlogging in the stretch of Sion to Kurla. The air operations are also affected because the visibility, because of the continuous and heavy downpour, that affects the visibility and air operations are affected. If you can see, this is the sea area of Worli, where the seas are rough and a high tide is said, and waves ranging to 3.5 meters are gonna come, and waterlogging, if that happens, then it will pose a problem for the city because the water cannot recede if there is high tide in the city. However, the IMD has predicted more rains for the city and adjoining areas including Thane, Navi Mumbai, Raigad and Palghar. So yes, problems and woes of the waterlogging and rains continues for Mumbai. With camera person Kiran Brahmane, this is Shama Mishra for DD News, Mumbai.
Two independent MLAs of Karnataka today urged Supreme Court to allow them to withdraw their plea, seeking its direction to the State Assembly Speaker K.R. Ramesh Kumar to conduct floor test on a trust motion moved by H.D. Kumaraswamy government. The Congress-JDS coalition government on Tuesday lost the trust motion on the floor of the House. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justices Deepak Gupta and Anirudh Bose was told by the Council for the Lawmakers R. Shankar and H. Nagesh that they wanted to withdraw the petition in view of the recent development. The court asked why the Council for the Lawmakers and the Speaker were not there. Mukul Rohatgi is presenting the lawmakers while A.M. Singhvi is counsel for the Speaker. The court said it will pass the order only in the presence of counsel of the MLAs. Let's look at some sports news now. India's PV Sindhu defeated China's Yu Han 21-9, 21-17 in the Japan Open on Wednesday to enter the pre-quarterfinals. India's top badminton player went to the end her title drought in the Japan Open after losing the final of Indonesia Open. Sindhu will next face the challenge of Japan's Aya Ohori. A win would see Sindhu clash with Akane Yamaguchi, who denied her the first title of the season last week. And in all-Indian affair, H.S. Pranoy stunned Kidambi Srikanth as he defeated him 13-21, 21-11, 22-20 in the first round of Japan Open on Wednesday. 26-year-old Srikanth was able to win the first set 21-13, but he conceded the next two sets, allowing Pranoy to win the match. Prannoy won the second set comprehensively as he won 21 games as compared to Srikanth's 11. The third set was closely fought affair, which was taken by Prannoy 22-20. Meanwhile, Denmark's Andre Amsson defeated India's Samir Verma in the first round match 21-17, 21-12 in 46 minutes. India's captain Virat Kohli has retained numero uno spot in the latest Test batsman rankings. Kohli, who last featured in India's 2-1 Test series win over Australia, has 922 points. New Zealand captain Kane Williamson with 913 points is second, and Cheteshwar Pujara with 881 points ranks third in the rankings released on Monday. In the team rankings, India remains in the first place, followed by New Zealand and South Africa, with England and Australia rounding up the top 5. In the bowlers list, 2 Indians feature in the top 10, with Ravindra Jadeja and Ravichandran Ashwin holding the 6th and 10th spot respectively. In the all-rounders list, Jadeja is the best-ranked Indian at the 3rd spot. The left-arm spinner sits behind West Indies' Jason Holder and Shakib Al Hasan of Bangladesh. And Tokyo has sped up its preparation as the one-year countdown to the 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games approaches, with 90% of the new national stadium completed, while construction of Athletes Village is expected to be finished in December. The test events have begun to ensure a successful operation during the Summer Games, the first to be held in Japan in 56 years.
Wednesday marks 1 year until the start of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, and organizers say the preparations for the summer showpiece are right on track. Construction at all newly built and temporary venues, including the National Stadium and Olympic and Paralympic Village, are on schedule. And 3.22 million tickets were sold during the first domestic sales phase, exceeding expectations. Test events are now underway and final preparations are being made to deliver on the games that organizers in December 2018 said would cost $12.1 billion. But the games preparations have not been without controversy. In 2015, organizers had to scrap the original logo over accusations of plagiarism, and the original design for the centerpiece National Stadium was ditched because it was deemed too expensive. Earlier this year, Tsunekazu Takeda resigned as president of the Japanese Olympic Committee following allegations of suspected corruption related to the Tokyo 2020 bid. There are also fears over how hot Tokyo may be for athletes and spectators. A record heat wave in July 2018 killed over a dozen people in the Japanese capital, with monthly average temperatures reaching more than 30 degrees for the first time since 1998, according to the Japanese Met Agency. The Olympic Games will be held between July 24th and August 9th, and the Paralympic Games between August 25th and September 6th. Sports Desk, DD News.
And with that, we conclude this bulletin. Stay tuned for Jal Shakti Samachar. Namaskar.